almost forgot.
Yeah, so we're gonna do so we anticipate a lot of people here, so we'll do questions, we'll put them in the Q&A, and then we'll either answer them as we go, or we can answer those at the end.
Yeah, hopefully we answer them as we go, but
yeah, and if you want
to presentation that we have.
Yeah, if you want to say anything, you can just raise your hand. It's just easier. We'll keep kind of things muted, and then if you have a question that you want to speak, just raise your hand and we'll get to you.
We do have a little presentation that's just to keep us on track. We're trying to do this around the 20-minute mark so that we're not keeping anyone too long, and we sincerely appreciate your time and coming and listening to us.
Yeah, and if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. We'll have our contact information at the end.
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
Yeah, it's sometimes it can be a lot to digest, and may have more questions as well. So
and sometimes I speak really fast, so I don't want to keep people here for like an hour. So we
over lunch.
Yeah, we appreciate you giving us your time as is. So do you want to get started, Jake? We'll give
wait, one more minute.
One more minute. We'll give some people some time. So yeah. We're excited to share it with you.
Yeah. And then we'll do at the end, I'll send after the webinar later today, I'll send out frequently asked questions that we've had from our previous webinars. It kind of clears up some stuff. But we'll try to reiterate that in the presentation as well.
Yeah.
But just so you have that. And we'll send a recording out as well.
Yeah. All right. I think we can start. You good to start?
Yeah, for sure. Let's do it.
Great. Just gonna share my screen here. Okay. So yes, thank you for joining us, everyone. We're here to talk about Hotel Julie and the opportunity that we have where you can own a little piece of Hotel Julie. So I'll just pretend that nobody knows what this hotel is, even though we've been shouting it from the rooftops for what feels like forever now. But this was our design team. They put together this description, and honestly, I couldn't say it any better myself. So Hotel Julie is a modern twist on a Shakespearean classic. It's an elevated and stylish hotel designed for poetic moments and notable memories. With 9 uniquely designed flats in a reimagined 18th century row house, Hotel Julie combines culture, class, and comfort with the exceptional interior design for an unparalleled stay. So just a little overview of Hotel Julie. So in that description, it talks about this long skinny building here. So that's Hotel Julie. That's 9 units there. We've also acquired the property next door, which is this spot in yellow, and it is being called the Playhouse, which is another, like play on theater. So Shakespeare is a very prominent figure in Stratford, Ontario, and so we're going with it. And then the reason we bought this, number one, was for the additional parking space. It is very tight back there, and it does have the same zoning as the hotel, which allows for us to add additional units here, and we'll get into that. But it will end up being a 3-bedroom, 4-bath house. So each bedroom will have an ensuite and a little kitchenette with like a coffee bar, so that larger groups can travel together and stay under one roof.
Yeah, and I will mention too, it's in the configuration that we have planned. So we'll be able to rent it out as the whole unit, 3-bed, 4-bath, or we can also rent it out as 2 separate units, 2-bed, 3-bath, and then 1-bed, 1 bath.
Yeah, just give us a little bit more
flexibility.
So here are some actual photos of the hotel. I've had people ask like if these were just stock images, but these are actual photos of the hotel. It really is as beautiful, if not more beautiful in person than it is in photos.
I would say the pictures look great, but they don't do it justice when you're there, in my opinion, which is usually kind of sometimes the opposite.
Yeah, it is a whole feeling. You get this feeling when you walk in there. So we're so fortunate. Our design team pitched a TV show to Bell Media. Bell picked it up. So we have our own TV series. It's 10 episodes. It's called Staying in Hotel Julie. It follows the design team. We're in it a little bit, but it mostly follows the design team of the whole renovation process, start to finish. So 10 episodes. Each episode is of a suite. So it starts with demo and takes you all the way through to the end reveal. And then the final episode is the exterior and like all the other collateral items and stuff that are in the hotel. Yeah,
so we're three
episodes have aired now.
It's been really well received. It's kind of weird seeing yourself on TV, but it's pretty cool.
So it airs on Monday nights at 8 p.m. on the CTV Life channel, and if you don't have the CTV Life channel, the following day, it gets put on ctv.ca and it can be streamed then at any time. So you could go back now and stream the first 3 episodes.
Sounds like a dream client. As they transform a historic inn into a luxury short-term rental room. Nice suites, nine iconic designs. It's so wonderful. I feel so fortunate that this is a story. Stay home, Hotel Julie, Monday starting August 7th on CTV Live.
The tears were real. I still get like kind of emotional when I watch it. We have, thanks to the TV show, and then as well as our own PR team, we have been getting a ton of media coverage. So we were in Toronto Life, Nouveau Magazine, Stay Magazine, Narcity, MSN, Yahoo, tons, and we have more coming. So here's what we have kind of, some of these have since aired or been published, but we have the Globe and Mail coming, Elle Gourmet, Maclean's, Design Line magazines, Toronto Guardian article is out. The Social, we had a feature on the Social, which was super cool. The design team was on the Social talking about the palettes and the wallpaper and all that stuff of the hotel. And then we've been featured on eTalk. And then we also have, not sure which host from the Social coming to stay about midway through this, the series, and then someone from eTalk as well. So just to kind of give another little boost and another push, publicity wise.
Yeah, and I don't think you have it on here too, but also HGTV is coming as well.
Yes, we do have, because they're part of, I think it's Our Homes magazine. HGTV owns Our Homes magazine, so they are coming to stay as well. And then we've had a ton of influencer stays. It's been awesome. Yeah, we've got a lot of publicity. So just to go over our team here. So me, I'm the Chief Operating Officer. I have been running the hotel myself right now with the help of some virtual assistants. I will gradually be able to offload more and more and more to virtual assistants as we're learning how things function. But obviously I needed to know, the ins and outs and how things are operating before I could get someone else to take over. And not that I'm like a control freak by any means, but I do need guests to have the best experience possible. So I'm staying pretty involved right now. And then we have Jake here. So Jake is in charge of the investors and the investment side. We also have Lou Clark. So she is our bookkeeper, but as well our chief financial officer. One good thing about having a CFO with us is that we've done this in the past, is that we get so wrapped up in the operations and the day-to-day stuff that there's things that you want to do on the back end that you just don't have time to focus on, it's like, are we spending too much on one thing, or is there a way we can improve somewhere else? So now we have someone dedicated to do that for us. I can stay focused on operations. Jake can stay focused on our investors. Lou can stay focused on the financials and keep us in track there. And then we also have Cassie. I'll get into another slide on Cassie in a little bit, but she is our PR person. And then we have Bruce, which I think a lot of you were invited by Bruce, and we love Bruce, and thank you, Bruce. So Bruce has been our business coach for, I don't even know how long it was been a while,
2 years,
but I don't know anyone with as much experience and knowledge as Bruce, and he has been so much help to us.
Yeah, not only on this project, but
Many
all our other
projects,
projects too.
yeah.
So
a little bit about me. So both Jake and I actually started our careers as paramedics. I left in 2018. Jake left in 2021. The number of 17 has kind of downsized a little bit. We've been selling properties with short-term rental bans coming into effect in London. We've been offloading some properties. And that is one good thing about this hotel, is that the zoning for the hotel is zoned for short-term rentals. So the city can come in and take that away. So
yeah, another strong thing about that is that Stratford does have restrictions,
Yeah.
Which only makes this
makes our place stronger. So if you have a Airbnb in Stratford, you can only rent it out for 180 days a year, where our hotel, we can go 365.
and principal residence as well.
Correct. Yeah. And same with, there's a lot of bed and breakfasts in Stratford, but bed and breakfasts have to be owner occupied as well. So that eliminates people from out of town coming in and, setting up shop. The competition is definitely decreased here. I I've also taken a lot of mentorship. So I've had mentorship from two of the top performers on Airbnb, top 1% earners on Airbnb. That has been so valuable. I have learned how to, maximize our calendar, increase occupancy. I am operating our occupancy in London. I don't have enough statistics yet at the hotel because it's so new, but in London, consistently operating about 25 to 32% more occupancy than other Airbnb in the area. And then in terms of cost, I am getting, I can't remember exactly what it is, but like sometimes close to $52 more a night. And that honestly comes down to the design. People are attracted to good quality design. I have well over 475 star reviews, and I do genuinely love hospitality. And I did see that we have a question, so I'm just going to touch on it here.
Sure.
So Bruce says he recently read a Bloomberg article that says Airbnb is now oversupplied with host properties, so Airbnb host revenues are going down. Can you tell us how this trend is impacting Hotel Julie? I suspect that you're at a level that most hosts can't get to, so increased competition isn't affecting you. Oh, you're welcome for the shout out, Bruce. We truly mean it. So yeah, so I don't see us as competing with Airbnbs. We are, like top tier luxury, and we're in Stratford, which is a high tourist destination. It's been the feedback that we've gotten from people is that Stratford really needed this, and like, thank you for bringing this to Stratford. And it's so unique that to us, Hotel Julie is not only just, a hotel in Stratford, it is a destination hotel. So you're going to have people coming to the city of Stratford just to stay at Hotel Julie, and then they get to experience Stratford. And Stratford is truly it's a unique city. It's very amazing. Tons of good restaurants. It's
Yeah, this is absolutely a destination,
Yeah.
Legacy property for sure. We just had someone yesterday from Virginia wanted to come up and check it out. She said she'd heard about it.
Yeah, word of mouth, heard about it, booked for 5 nights. So that was pretty incredible to hear. And it's exciting. But yes, we do see this as being like, we're not competing with hotels in Stratford or B&Bs in Stratford. Our competition is realistically, like, we're competing with all across Canada, if not globally.
That's another question here before we go on, maybe.
Oh, thank you, Bruce.
All right. Continue on there, closer.
All right, so next we have Cassie. So I found Cassie we have other friends who are in the boutique hotel business, and they put us together to discuss a giveaway, like a joint giveaway. And so I got on the phone with Cassie. We were talking about doing a joint giveaway, and she had asked me, like, how do you plan on like fielding all the media attention that you'll be getting at the hotel? And I was like, that's a good question. I never really thought of it, because to us, the show was like around the design team, and like I was ready to handle the operations of the hotel, but was I ready to handle all the, interviews and media attention that we were getting? Absolutely not. So we brought her on. She specializes in like boutique, like luxury boutique properties, and also restaurants. So this is her specialty, and we've been working with her now since July, and hands down, one of the best decisions we've made was bringing her on. She's been able to field like a lot of the questions, like pointing us in the right direction on like, media that we should be dealing with, not dealing with. And it's been incredibly valuable for us. And then not to mention too, so we know that with the TV show that we're getting a lot of attention right now, but she's already got it prepared for, come fall and winter. How are we going to get the attention now that the show's on or over back on the hotel? And so we're coming out in the fall with stay and dine packages, coordinating with Stratford restaurants. And then we're also doing like stay and yoga packages. And then once, we've got those packages in place, they're in the works now, they'll go out to media again. And so there'll be like another blitz of like, hey, this is what Hotel Julie's doing now. Come stay with us, dine, and get the whole experience. And it's just another opportunity to push Hotel Julie in the media. So I'll let Jake get into the
for sure.
It's okay.
So this offering, I'll try to be concise on this. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. Put them in the Q&A or raise your hand. So this is an LPGP structure. Our total capital raise target right now is 1.75 million. That will depend on our refinance takeout. So it could be a little bit less. We do have 50% loan to value commitment for first mortgage, but we also have 2 other people interested in 60 to 65. So that may be a sliding scale change. The minimum buy-in is 25,000, with the maximum buy-in is 275,000. And the split on that, we'll do an example, and then I think it's the next slide, is so 50% of your buy-in is debt shares and 50% is equity shares. So on the equity side of things, the target IRR annualized over the 3-year period will be 17%. That's our target. And the debt shares, we're offering at 8%, which is distributed quarterly. So minimum investment will be 3 years, which 3 years we're gonna either refinance or sell, likely refinance, but we'll see what the market's doing. And that our total offering is 30% equity. So on this one, if the total raise was 1.75, I think the 875-ish. So 875 it goes to 30% equity, and that's in both the hotel and the Playhouse. The current value right now, the Playhouse is unrenovated, but it's $4.66 million. Projected value after 3 years, once we stabilize our income, is 7.482 at a conservative 12.5% cap rate. Our appraisal from Colliers on the hotel itself was they used a 9.75 cap rate.
So we're trying to be conservative. I mean, no one can predict 3 years out, but so here's an example.
Yeah, so here's an example. So if someone were to buy in at $100,000, 50,000 of that will go to equity, and they would receive 8% preferred return on those shares, and that's distributed quarterly. The other 50%, or sorry, I screwed it up. Yeah, so 50% of that will go to equity, which will be most of that return will be realized on the refinance between 2 and 3 years, and the other 50,000, as I mentioned before, goes towards debt, and that's a 8% return on those shares, and that's just distributed quarterly. So when we hit our target 17% on your 50 grand, that works out to approximately $30,000 over the 3 years. And then the 50% debt at 8% interest, quarterly payments, and then total is 12,000 over 3 years. And then we also have cash flow distributions, which we'll do quarterly as well. And those aren't included in those figures there, but we can share our projections, and actually what we've done so far has been great.
It has been, yeah.
So
all right, so we'll get down to the numbers here. So we do use a pricing software, but we kind of currently are guiding the pricing software to meet our targets, and then over time, AI, as amazing as AI is, will learn our patterns, and they will be able to kind of it'll do it on its own. It can sense when there's a lot of demand for the area, and it will adjust prices accordingly. So we basically give it a minimum and we have it set up as like seasons. So in the slower parts of the year, we have a minimum that's as low as it can go, and then we also do set a maximum as well, and we set that pretty high. But so we are very fortunate in Stratford that we have, like, our season isn't just like summer. We have the Stratford Festival theater season, and that goes from April until October. So we have a very solid season. And then Destination Stratford has done an amazing job of bringing tourists in the off season as well, because there are so many businesses in Stratford that are there for the festival. And so they want to keep them stimulated all year long, which will include us. So here's like the breakdown that we have. So we have peak weekend, peak weekday. So I won't read through all of it. Off peak weekend, off peak weekday. And then for these figures, we have been sticking with year 3, which we anticipate a 75% occupancy. I'm in London with no destination, and I have good design, but it's not like this good design. I'm consistently above 80% occupancy and usually hovering around 95, to be honest. So it's just thanks to my mentorship, I know how to get my listings to the top, whether it's on Google or whether it's on Airbnb. and so far what they've taught me has worked wonderfully. So we'll use 3 years. So our gross income for 3 years is just over 1.3 million. Our operating expenses are just under 400,000, which leaves us a net operating income of 932,000 and change. So we go down to our fair market value in year 3, which is based on that 12.5% cap rate, just under 7.5 million. And then our annual gross, our operating expenses. So yes, like if you see the 29% there, I'm sure people are like 29%, like how are you operating a hotel at 29%? Couple of reasons. One, we do not have staff on hand. We are a 24/7 digital concierge with seamless self check-in. So these are my buzzwords. So basically, I will say, thanks to COVID, this is, not a strange thing. People don't mind not stopping at a front desk, and they do enjoy going straight to their rooms. Also because of this, so we don't have a front desk, we don't have a front lobby. We have help available 24/7, and we do have like real actual people close by 24/7 as well. But they're just kind of like on an as need basis. And so far in the 2 months we've been operating, haven't needed anyone to come physically be there.
And
Yeah.
I think the other thing you're going to say is just the 29% seems low, but it's also a
Our
percentage of we have a high nightly rate. so-
exactly. So like if we dropped our nightly rate, then we'd probably get closer to the 50%. But our expenses are in check. Like we have decent expenses. Our cleaners right now are not cheap, they're expensive. And that's one thing that I'm working with the CFO. We're working on bringing in our own cleaners and getting that down, but we'll do that kind of in the slower season, get everyone trained, and then by next year we'll be ready to rock. But I did put in high. So yeah, our net operating income by year 3 will be around 900,000. Our projected monthly cash flow in year 3 is about 35,000. So when we talked about month or quarterly cash flow distributions, it'd be based on how they're doing progressing, but by year 3 it'll be about 35,000 a month.
Average over the course
Yeah,
of the year.
yes, obviously like summer will be higher, winter will be slower. On average it'll be this, and then it'll be basically 30% of that will go out to our equity partners. Jinx.
Yeah. All right, so this is how the capital stack looks. As I mentioned before, we do have a letter of intent for 50% loan to value mortgage. We do have two parties interested in between 60 and 65% at a rate around 7. So that'll fluctuate. But given the 50%, we'll do 875,000 towards debt, 875,000 towards equity, which is 30% equity in both properties. And then GP shares are Paul and I are 70%.
I just got another question here.
Sure.
Get in here. Have I heard of another STR property generating 1.2 million with just 9 suites? Not this specifically, like not that with 9 suites generating 1.2 million, but I do know of others that are producing really good, really high incomes with few suites.
Yeah, our friend has a hotel as well. He's getting really good, like similar nightly rates, and he's not watching, so I'll say ours is a little bit nicer, but
This is very nice
yeah,
too.
yeah,
But his is very seasonal though, like summer season.
yeah.
So what tips could I share with anyone on the call as how they could boost their results if they're deciding to Airbnb themselves? I could do a whole call on this, but one key thing that you can do is touch your listing every day. And by that, I mean like go in and like change the price. And even if you can do it 3 times a day, that would be ideal. But I'm talking like go in, change the price by $1. Next time, go in, lower it by $1. Next time, raise it by $1. Like it doesn't take a lot to do that. And make sure that you have every single field filled out. It sounds obvious, but it really does make a difference. And every once in a while, Airbnb will add updated amenities. And so you'll need to go back in and make sure that you either check off yes or no if you have these amenities. And those little things, just being on your listing and making changes, whether you change the title, move pictures around or whatever, gives you a boost in SEO. And my listings in London are consistently on the front page, and I am like really annoyed if they're not. So and it's like in the beginning, you do need to touch your listings more often, and then you can kind of, once you're getting really good bookings and you're consistently on the front page, it takes less effort. So
Another thing too, I think, Paul, is this is not my forte, but when you're first starting out and your listing's brand new, maybe have a lower price to get reviews and stuff?
Yeah, so once you get 10 reviews and once you get Superhost status, which you can get after 10 stays and it's done quarterly, you'll get a boost. But also brand new listings get a boost for the first, I think it's 20 days. So you really want to try and get bookings so that you're showing Airbnb that your property is like worth being on there. And then honestly, spend money on really good photos and hire someone if you need to come in and stage your properties. And that's what we've done now. I used to do all the design stuff, but it is very time consuming. So now, like, I will have them come in and they stage it. So they're doing, you know, the pillows, the blankets, the art, all that stuff, and then get a really good photographer in there because it makes a huge difference. People are shopping with their eyes. They want to, you know, they want the experience.
Another thing I'll say too, not to keep going on this, but all Paula's listings are like full of amenities, anything you could ever need in your house and then some. She has that, and we've got really good feedback on that. Like, you
Yes.
don't need anything.
He used to make fun of me
I did.
because I like provide toothbrushes and like ponchos. It costs like practically nothing, but when people, and I have headphone or earplugs, because like all of ours are in multi-family buildings. So if you're a light sleeper, like you may want those, and I haven't gotten any noise complaints. I've had one review say, like, you know, you can hear some steps above, but the host provides earplugs. Like, it just
Yeah. Even like I've stayed at some of ours before when I was traveling, and even just how like Paula does like bubbly drinks and coffee, like just stuff like that's awesome to have already in the fridge cold.
Yeah, it goes a long way. It takes
for sure
like minimal effort
for
and
like
minimal
$1,
cost.
right?
Yeah.
So here, what's that?
That's you.
Yeah, so so this is the principal use of the funds. So obviously going towards renovation, carrying costs, marketing, our intellectual property on both Hotel Julie and the Playhouse. And then on both properties, we are raising a bit of working capital, legal costs and closing costs. Closing this raise out, there's a little bit of cost involved.
I just got another question here.
Sure.
What's the timeline for an investor to decide if they want in on your deal, and when do you require the capital?
So we don't have a set date to close, and we do have limited spots left on this one. But I would say 21 to 28 days. We're kind of looking to close our refinance and then bring in the LPs on that at the same time. So I would say, yeah, roughly 3 to 4 weeks on that.
If it is something that you're considering, we do have like a soft commitment, so you can kind of like put your name in, and like that you get that spot. And we'll be more than happy to get on a call and discuss. Like,
yeah, I know.
timelines and
I
stuff.
kind of yeah, like I could probably do 20 minutes on the numbers. So if anyone's interested in having a chat about the numbers, we can dive deeper in there. We can give our projection and also our actuals for the last 2 months, which have been really good. So more than happy to do that as well.
So yeah, here's our contact information. We'll send out an email too to everyone who's registered, so you'll have our contact info. But if you want to have a one-on-one call with either of us or both of us, let us know. We're happy to discuss it. Yeah, like I will say too, like so we've been open now for 2 months, and so far we've generated over $80,000 in income.
And that was from like zero, because because of the TV show, we weren't allowed to like promote or show pictures or anything. So it was like in 2 months, 0 to like basically no one knew about it.
Yeah,
the show wasn't out yet,
yeah.
and we hadn't said anything really. Like our friends knew about it, but like as far as marketing and publicity, we had
didn't
nothing.
even have social media pages because we couldn't, because the show is a before and after reveal show. We couldn't show the after, and then once an air date was secured, they were like, okay, you can show your stuff. So like for the first, like, because the hotel was essentially ready in May, but we could not really say anything until July. So it was very frustrating and like stressful. And then now the floodgates have opened and it's been great.
Yeah,
and
it's been awesome.
We're starting to get bookings for next season, like next festival season. That's one thing. Festival goers, our diehard festival goers, they already know what weeks they're going, and they already know like what plays they're going to see, and they're already booking for next season. And then I also have been getting a lot of weddings booking. So a lot of brides want to come and get ready in our hotel because it is the perfect backdrop to get ready in, and it's pretty cool.
Paul and I got married in Stratford.
Yes, we did. Stratford City Hall, though.
Yeah.
We eloped.
So yeah, I was just gonna see I think there might be one more question here, but yeah, feel free to reach out. We will send a recording out as well.
Oh, we got them all. We just didn't click on them.
Awesome. Does anyone else have any other questions? We don't want to keep you guys too long, but we appreciate you coming on here with us.
Andrew. Actuals versus original estimates on the first 2 months, notwithstanding TV delay, as well as performance in the next 3 years. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we have like, so we have all this information. It was just like, if we put this in a presentation for everyone, I think we would probably scare people away. It's just a lot of information to digest. So happy to sit on a call with anyone that is interested, and chat.
Yeah, and we are hitting our targets. Weekends are even above our projected occupancy.
Yeah,
too, but we're hitting our
100%
nightly rates.
occupancy on weekends. Like on the weekends, I'm like, I wish we had more units.
We will soon.
So
Right? Yeah.
yeah, but it's crazy. And then sometimes it makes me nervous too. I'm like, if there's a problem, I can't move anyone anywhere. They're stuck. Like so far, we've been really fortunate. I mean, it's all 100% newly renovated. So
But yeah,
we're in
good question,
shape.
Andrew. If anyone has like similar questions, they're probably easier to. We'll jump on another call and we can share our screen and share the spreadsheets and stuff like that. It's a little bit easier because they are pretty detailed.
Yeah. All right.
Oh, is there any more?
Oh, one more. Scroll down. Andrew. Oh, understood. Perfect.
Awesome.
Okay.
So yeah, thanks again, everyone.
Everyone. We
I
really
will-
appreciate your time.
Yeah, absolutely. No, it's just fun. But I will send the recording out so you can review it. And if anyone has any questions, feel free to reach out, or if you want to book a call, just let us know.
Yeah. Thank you again.
Thanks, everyone. It's awesome. Thank you.
I gotta stop sharing my screen to get out.